How do we break destructive patterns? These loops that we get stuck in. I want to quit alcohol. I want to quit smoking. I want to go to the gym and stick to it for once. I'm Satyajit. I'm a founding member and a product manager at a crypto unicorn as a graduate from Bits Plani while building my personal brand and my fitness coaching business. Over the last 7 years, I've broken multiple loops from alcohol, vaping, emotional eating, binging, to not being able to stick to a fitness routine no matter how much I wanted to. And I'm going to show you exactly, step by step, the process I used to break each and every one of them. First question though, what is a destructive pattern? Is drinking a destructive pattern? Is it eating desserts? No. Drinking is good at times. It helps you socialize, it helps you let loose, it helps you build connections. So then when does something become a destructive pattern? Well, for anything to be a destructive pattern, 3 things need to be true. Number 1, there should be an internal conflict. Part of you saying you want to do it and a part of you saying you shouldn't do it. Number 2, there should be a regret after you do it. And number 3, you should be doing it more often than you would like to. When you have all these 3, ding ding ding, congratulations, you have a destructive pattern. Now you have to break it. Okay, now that we know something is destructive in nature, why do we still keep doing it? For this, we have to understand that all of us have something called as the baseline. You can call it your mood, your mental peace, but let's just say it's the baseline pleasantness of your mind, right? And your mind is always trying to optimize for this. It always wants the highest level of pleasantness and baseline for you, which is natural, which is good, which means your biology is working for you. Now you have to understand that your baseline is not constant. It goes up and down along with your day. You have a nice cup of coffee, someone compliments you, it goes up. You're struggling at work, your boss shouts at you, it goes down. Now you have this baseline. Throughout the day, you have triggers. Triggers can be smells, sounds, people, things you see. It can be anything. A trigger is nothing more than an opportunity which your mind knows can increase your baseline. You see someone having a slice of cake, you now crave desserts. You see your colleague have a cigarette, now you crave a smoke as well. Now how much you crave something depends upon how much that thing can increase your baseline by. What is the gap? Is it just a small cookie or is it a big night out with your friends? With the cookie, the potential increase in your baseline is small, but with a big boys' night out, the gap is big, it's massive. So you crave that more, you want that more. Another example is on a good day or a normal day, you can easily say no to a sweet or a dessert. But then when you're having a shitty day, when your baseline is low, the gap is automatically big. And that day, the same cookie does so much more for you. It's going to give you a lot of emotional comfort. It's going to make that shitty day a little bit better, which is why you crave it much more. So what have we established so far? You have a baseline level of pleasantness which goes up and down with your day, and then you have these triggers. These triggers are nothing but opportunities that your mind knows can increase the baseline. And how much you crave that opportunity depends upon what is the potential increase in your baseline. But this isn't the full story. There is also friction, which means what is it costing you to get that opportunity? Is it costing you money? Is it costing you time? Is it costing you physical effort? You are much more likely to go and have a slice of cake if your mom has bought the cake and the cake is sitting there in your fridge, because you don't have to pay for it, there's zero effort, you don't have to wait for it. Compared to you having the craving, you going on Swiggy, spending 1,000 rupees to buy the cake, waiting for the cake to come home and then having it. Same opportunity, same potential increase in baseline, but a lot more friction in the second case. So that means every time you see this gap, this opportunity to increase your baseline, you do a calculation in your mind. Is this gap worth the friction I have to endure? That's the trade-off you make. And that makes sense, right? Because most addictive things you get very quickly, you have a very big gap, and there's almost no effort for you to get it. But then if you know that something is bad for you, you shouldn't be doing something. Why do you still end up doing it? It's because your mind is terrible at 2 things. Number 1, it's terrible at seeing how big the opportunity or the gap actually is. It tends to exaggerate the gap. The reward might be small, but after a stressed day, having a cigarette seems like a big mountain of gold. Number 2, your mind fails to see beyond the reward. It fails to see the guilt, the pain, the shame that you have to endure after taking this action, after doing the deed. Right? When you go and have 6 drinks, your mind is terrible at seeing how you're going to feel the next day morning. So now you have these destructive patterns, these destructive loops, these habits that you want to break. But how do you actually end up breaking them? What do you do? What are the actions that you need to take to break these? Well, you just need to take 2 steps. Number 1, you need to ask yourself, what exactly is it that I'm getting out of this and for how long? And you need to answer this question in excruciating detail, right? If I feel like vaping, how am I going to feel? What am I getting out of it? Yes, I'm going to borrow the vape from my friend. I'm going to be so excited to take the first puff. I'm going to take the first puff. Oh, the mint watermelon. It feels so amazing. I'm going to feel a tingling sensation, the nicotine feeling. All the stress is going away. For 10 seconds, all the stress is gone. Wait, just 10 seconds? No, I'm going to take one more puff. 5 more seconds. Only 5 seconds? No, I'm going to take one more puff. 20-25 seconds, I'm going to stay in that state. Huh, that's it? Yeah, because beyond that, I don't feel anything. So, what are you going to do? No, I'm just going to pass the wave back to my friend then. Huh, so you're just going to feel stress free for 30 seconds and get a nice tingling sensation out of it? For 30 seconds? That's it? Suddenly, this big pile of gold is not so big anymore. Second thing you're going to do is ask yourself, how am I going to feel after doing the deed? Get in touch with the pain which is going to come after the deed before you do the deed. So with the vape example, my breath is going to be heavy. I'm going to cough a little bit. Yeah, I'm not going to feel so good. I'm going to have that watermelon taste in my throat all the time. I'm going to have a lot of guilt, a lot of self-hatred because I told myself I'm going to quit. It's not going to be a very pleasant feeling. If you have this big pool of negative emotions that hit you after it, good. Get in touch with it before you do the deed. If you think about it, we realize that bigger the gap, bigger the craving. So by doing the first deed, which is reducing the reward, we are basically reducing the gap. And the second thing, remember we talked about friction? Yes, friction is also that voice in your head telling you not to do it. It's not good for you, don't do it. You're not supposed to do it. You're amplifying this pain, you're amplifying this friction. You're trying to reduce the gap, the reward, while increasing the friction. Now, the first time you do it, you will still probably end up smoking. You'll still probably end up vaping. You'll still probably end up binging. And that's okay because you did reduce the reward and you did introduce friction. But the reward was still much bigger than the friction. What do you do then? You practice. You turn this into a reflex. Every single time you have a trigger and opportunity, you practice this. You get better at this. Over time, the reward shrinks and the friction increases. And the moment the friction becomes larger than the reward, doing that deed is just not worth it anymore. There is no need of willpower, no restraint, no struggle. It's just not worth it. And that's how you break a destructive pattern.